Hi, welcome to the quiz. This very quiz can be done on quizalto.com, where you'll be able to get instant feedback with detailed answers and explanations. The link is in the description below. Quizalto has an extensive library of quizzes you can take for free, and we also have an impressive number of premium quizzes for more advanced levels. As you take quizzes, Quizalto helps you track your progress over time. If our quizzes are not enough for you, you can even create your own quizzes using AI, and they don't even have to be about AWS products. Okay, let's get started. Good luck. What type of policy can be used to control AWS DeepRacer car's behavior? Data policy, access policy, security policy, action policy. What is the role of a reward function in AWS DeepRacer? To manage API requests. To store training data. To encrypt data. To provide feedback to the model. How can users improve their AWS DeepRacer models? By changing storage options. By increasing data redundancy. By tuning hyperparameters. By modifying network settings. What is AWS DeepRacer primarily used for? Video streaming, reinforcement learning, data storage, batch processing. What is the purpose of the AWS DeepRacer League Summit? To manage data storage. To configure network settings. To provide a global competition platform. To encrypt sensitive information. What format are AWS DeepRacer models exported in? ONNX. TensorFlow Saved Model. PMML. HDF5. What is the purpose of hyperparameter tuning in AWS DeepRacer? To manage user permissions. To scale storage capacity. To optimize model performance. To encrypt data at rest. What can users compete in through the AWS DeepRacer League? Data migration challenges. Serverless computing contests. Network security competitions. Virtual and physical races. What framework is AWS DeepRacer built on? Apache Spark. Hadoop. TensorFlow. MXNet. Which device is needed for physical AWS DeepRacer races? AWS Snowball, AWS DeepRacer car, AWS IoT button, Amazon Echo. What kind of model does AWS DeepRacer use? Decision tree model, linear regression model, reinforcement learning model, clustering model. What kind of feedback does the reward function provide in AWS DeepRacer? Real-time data encryption, network performance metrics, positive or negative rewards based on actions, static security measures. Which AWS service can be used to monitor AWS DeepRacer training jobs? AWS Lambda, Amazon SNS, Amazon CloudWatch, Amazon RDS. What type of learning does AWS DeepRacer utilize? Unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, supervised learning, reinforcement learning. What AWS service can be integrated with AWS DeepRacer for CI/CD pipelines? AWS Lambda, Amazon Aurora, Amazon Redshift, AWS Code Pipeline. What is a key aspect of reinforcement learning used in AWS DeepRacer? Training with labeled data, clustering similar data points, learning through trial and error, building static models. In AWS DeepRacer, what does the term episode refer to? A network packet, a model checkpoint, a single frame of data, a complete run from start to finish. What is the function of the AWS DeepRacer League? To provide a competitive racing platform, to store model data, to encrypt data in transit, to scale machine learning models. How is training conducted in AWS DeepRacer? By running simulations, by batch processing, by real-time data analytics, by manual input. Which AWS service is used to orchestrate training and evaluation in AWS DeepRacer? AWS RoboMaker, Amazon S3, AWS CloudFormation, Amazon RDS. What is the AWS service that stores DeepRacer models? Amazon EC2, AWS Lambda, AWS Glue, Amazon S3. What does the AWS DeepRacer car use to navigate the track? Infrared sensors, audio cues, camera images and a reinforcement learning model, GPS signals. What type of sensor data does AWS DeepRacer primarily rely on? Audio signals, camera images, temperature readings, pressure data. What is the purpose of a reward function in AWS DeepRacer? To store model weights. To guide the car's learning process. To handle HTTP requests. To measure network latency. What kind of neural network is typically used in AWS DeepRacer models? Restricted Boltzmann machines. Recurrent neural networks. Generative adversarial networks. Convolutional neural networks. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.